Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be market prepping for a really big Pokemon market that I have coming up. My market is on January 17th, and so I have a little less than 3 weeks to just start making everything that sold at my last market. And so I want to prep first the things that sold out, and I'm going to let you know what yarn I use, what hook size, basically like all the details that go into making them, and also how much I am selling it for at my market. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm market prepping today is Pikachus. So my goal is to have 2 items each of like what I'm making. I use the bird net baby blanket yarn for this one. Let me get you guys, the color is Buttercup. I am using a 6.5 clover hook. Now I used a 6mm hook on this one, but on this one I'm going to try to using a 6.5 and see which one I like better. If this one, I think I'm just making sure that the stitches are tight, and I think that they are really nice even using a 6.5 hook. I usually use a 6mm for everything else, but sometimes when the yarn is a little bit thicker, I can go up slightly. So I would rather go up slightly so my customers can get a slightly bigger plushie, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm using a clover hook, and the safety eyes are 16mm, and I get these from Amazon, and I will be linking, I'm going to try to link everything that I use for you guys down in the comments. So if you have any questions about basically the materials or hooks or safety eyes that I'm using, then you can look down below. Okay, so the Pikachus are complete and they're right over here. I love, and I really enjoy making this pattern. It's very easy, and this is a free pattern on Instagram. The only thing that you have to sew on are the ears. The tail is part of the when you're sewing around the body. So super easy. I want to say this takes me, if I'm just making one at a time and I'm going pretty fast without too many pauses, I think this can really take me like 45 to an hour to make. All right, so now I'm going to move on to Squirtle, and I have already started the head, and I had to pause because I wanted to use the right eyes. So I ordered 35mm safety eyes from Amazon, and they come like this, and I will also have this linked. And then the backings look like this. And let me quickly let you know what materials I'm using for Squirtle. So for the blue, I am using Demi Loops and Threads Demi Pearl, and I'm using the color Baltic Sea. That's the tummy, the inside part of his shell. I'm also using Demi Pearl White Cap Gray Premier Yarns, and this is the Parfait Chunky Acorn color. It's not my favorite yarn because it's a little bit thinner, but this color is the color that I need, so I'm going to try to make it work. So we're going to see how that goes. And then for the other part of the shell, I'm going to use just this Burnett blanket from this white from Burnett blanket. All right, so let's get started. I also am using these brown little backers for the eyes because Squirtle has brown eyes. So yeah, I'm going to get started with adding the eyes. Hey everyone, it is another day and I finished Squirtle. He is so cute. Oh my god, I really love this pattern. It's very detailed, as you can see. I love him so much. Like, look at all of the like embroidered on his shell. Yeah, he looks really good. And what I love about him is that He also stands like when you put him like that because of his tail. So I think that's really cool. I really love this. This will probably take me around 2 afternoons because I was in between like doing other things. And I would like to price him at $70 at my next market. I think that's a good price for him. Alright, so moving on to something else that I want to work on are my Kirby's with hats. And I have one left that has not sold. Where is it? Oh, here. So they look like this. And I saw these for $30, and I had 3, I sold 2, so I want to make a couple more. So I want to make one with another hat that's purple. And then I want to make 2 that have a Snorlax hat. And yeah, so I'm just going to quickly go over the materials that I'm using for this. For the pink, I use Sweet Snuggles, Barely Pink. For the red, I just used the Burnett Blanket red. There's only one red color, I believe. For the white part of the hat, I also use Burnett, the white color. For the little decorative circles on the hat, I use the color Tawny Olive. Yeah, so let's get started on those. And for my Kirby's, I'm actually using a 7mm clover hook size, and for the hat, I changed to a 6mm. So yeah. So it is the next day, and I was able to finish all of my Kirby's yesterday, so I will show you that. So this one I had already made, so the only thing that I made here was I stitched on his hat, so it just like doesn't fall off. And then I made another similar one, but this one has like a little purple hat instead of the blue, which this is the color that I sold at my last market. It was a slightly lighter purple, but this is the purple that I have. So, and this is Sweet Snuggles. And then I made 2 of the ones with the Snorlax hats. So cute. And then this other one, I just made them with slightly different eyes. And I'm going to be charging $30 for these. Moving on, I have already started the yellow one. I freehanded this one. I wanted, again, like a small one that I could charge a little bit less at my market. So I really like this. But I think I'm going to just slightly make the body a little bit longer, maybe like 2 rounds. So I'm not going to finish this one. I'm just going to go ahead and make another one and adjust the body and see how I feel about that. For Mimikyu, I will be using the Burnett Blanket Buttercup color Alaska, and then I use the black from Burnett Blanket. Hey, so it is now Friday, January 9th. And so I did get to finish the muse that I was working on. And then I also did a couple of more items that I'm going to show you exactly what I made in these 4 days. I believe it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the evenings. I still have an entire week to keep on prepping, so that is what I'm going to do. But I wanted to show you guys what I have so far, and everything else I'm going to probably show you later at the market when I'm setting up my booth on the 17th. So we left off with the muse. I was able to complete 3, and they are so cute. I love them, and I love the pink one. So I actually ended up finishing them and then remaking the eyes because I felt like they weren't dark enough. Let me just give you a close-up of the pink. So cute. They all have tails. I'll have a few special ones that I won't remake using like the same materials, because these are just materials that I had that I wanted to use up. So this one's just special. So sometimes even when people are coming to my booth, I let them know like that's a special one, I probably will not remake it, and I feel like that might also help them want to buy it if they're interested. Yeah, so these actually took me the rest of that day, and I will be selling these for $35. In the past, I have sold 3 already. I sold the yellow one for $40, but that one was slightly taller. I've sold a rainbow one for $35, and I believe another yellow one for $35. Yeah. Okay, so the following evening, I ended up making these really adorable Bulbasaurs. I still have this. Oh my god, they're so cute. I didn't even realize that I had already purchased this pattern because I bought them in a pack of 3. So it came with, I think, Bulby, Charmander, and Squirtle. And so I almost like repurchased this again. This is from Crafted for Comfort. I almost repurchased it again, and then I looked at my purchases and I saw that I had the bundle. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I need to make this. And I love the way it came out. I absolutely love like this style of her plushie. I just really, really love it. And so the little bulb, I made this one first, so I wasn't sure. It was my first time making it, so it's not always like 100%. But then when I made the second one, I realized that I had to leave less stuffing here, and she does call that out on the pattern, but I was just like, I don't know why. So they still both look really good, but I do like this one a lot better. And I think I probably stuffed it a little bit. I shaped it a little bit too much, so I'll probably do less shaping next time. But yeah, it's a super quick make. I made both of these in probably like maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5. I do take my time, but yeah, they took me an evening to make. And I will be pricing these at $35. And I use Sweet Snuggles Light for the bodies and the bulb. I don't know what colors the names are. It was just extra yarn that I had, so I'm starting to use up all the extra yarn that I do have. And I used the 6mm clover hook. And then I moved on, and I wanted to make Umbreon. Oh my god, he is so cute. So I was having trouble finding a very soft black yarn. I usually use Burnett Blanket from Michaels. So I went to Michaels and I went to buy yarn, and I was feeling it, and it was very, very stiff. And I can't work with yarn like that because I have to enjoy the process. I do take my time, and it also starts to hurt my wrists too. So what I ended up doing is that I got the Sweet Snuggles, the size 7, and I said, you know what, let me just use this. Let me see how it turns out. And I love how this turned out. And so I'm gonna leave it at 50, and I'm gonna see how it does. I think that it's gonna do good because it just looks like the yarn is so soft, and like the eyes, you know, I feel like it's gonna do good. But I will let you guys know next week when my market happens. Okay, so what did I work on next? I purchased the pattern, a Gengar pattern by The Girl Who Knots. I've been eyeing that pattern, and I finally was like, you know what, I just need to purchase it. So I purchased it yesterday, and I started making 2. And so far, I really, really love the pattern. It's very easy, it's simple. I think it's working out pretty fast. I think I was able to do both of these like in an hour. Yeah, so hopefully like sewing everything up together, it's not going to take too long. So I think that I'm going to price these at $25, unless when I start sewing like the feet, the ears, and like surface crocheting everything else takes up too much time. So I think I'm gonna know when I'm done making it. Yes, and the yarn that I use for this is Sweet Snuggles Light. It's the purple color. I don't know if they have this in stores anymore, to be honest. I bought a lot of yarn when people started saying that it was like the bad quality. So I went into the store and I kid you not, I got like 20 skins of all the yarn that I wanted to use that was still like good quality. So that's why I have a bunch of like colors of like the Sweet Snuggles Light and like the good quality yarn. The eye size here that I use is 25 mm, and I painted these eyes myself. They're just red. And the hook size is, I used the Clover 6 mm. In total, I was able to complete 10 plushies. That's basically the Kirby's, the Mimikyus, Bulbies, almost done with Gengar, but I didn't include that in my count. Squirtle back here, and the 2 Pikachus. Yeah, and what do I have left to do? I feel like a lot of my big plushies already sold, and I don't want like that part to look empty, so I need to focus on bigger plushies now as well. Another exciting thing that I wanted to share with you guys, it's about safety eyes. So I used to buy the safety eyes with like the little white clear cap that's more like a dome, and I noticed that it was popping out of my plushies, and so going forward, I only buy the safety eyes that have this piece. And the way that I test it is like I'll plop them in, and then I'll try to like literally like yank it off, because I'm thinking like, if a kid is like playing rough with a plushie, how would he like try to yank it off? Not that anyone is trying to yank it off, but that's how I test it. Like I'll yank it and like I'll see like, is it coming off easily? And these do not come off. Okay, so here's the problem that I was having. I use like pliers to kind of get these in, and I was putting all of my body weight on it, like on my desk, to try to get it deep in, and I could only get it past one of the little like ridges there. So it would snap once and that's all, and I would try like put my entire body weight and try, and that's as far as I could go. And on soft yarn like this, it still looks nice and sunken in. But for example, like on Squirtle, when yarn is a little bit thicker, it does look nice and sunken in. It's not coming out, but it's not as deep as I want it to be. So as you can see, like with that, it's not as deep. So I went on Amazon and I found this tool, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know how I feel about it, but it was $15, and I thought, hey, if it doesn't work, I could just return it because it has free returns. So I got it in the mail today, and because I had not closed this one up, I was like, let me test it. Let me see if I can get it to go more in. So guess what? It worked, and I was so shocked because all I had to do was I just went like this, and it went in. Like I didn't even have to put my body weight. I didn't even have to like, I don't know. Getting the safety eyes in is really a struggle, and I think I'm not the only one this happens to. So I will show you. I only meant for it to go in like one more section, but it actually ended up going in like 3 more sections, as you can see. And I will show you the difference. So if you see, this one right here is the one with my body weight and struggling, and then this one right here is the one with the tool, and it went all the way in, and it looks amazing. Like this is how I want all of my safety eyes to be, like really in there. And so this made me so happy today. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm actually gonna leave this link down in case you guys are also struggling, or if you found something that works for you, that's great. But in case you haven't, this is a lifesaver, and I will have it linked down so you guys can see the exact one that I purchased. And that is everything that I was able to get done in these 4 days. I want to show you one last thing. I don't know if I shown you these before, but the first thing that I started prepping are the Mews, and this pattern is also by Crafted for Comfort. And so this right here is my best seller, and I charged $35 for these already, and they do really, really good. So I wanted to make 4 of them, and I have 2 of them. Oops, sorry. I have 2 with these safety eyes, and I have 2 that I'm going to embroider the eyes, and they both, with safety eyes and embroidered eyes, they look really, really good. So yeah, that is it. That's all I have. This yarn, it's the Sweet Snuggles Light Pink, and the blue yarn is the Demi Pearl, the new yarn at Michael's, and I really love it. Highly recommend that yarn. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys everything that sells. If you guys also love crocheting Pokemon, or if you have any markets that are coming up that maybe are also like Pokemon themed, I hope like this video helped you see, just give you ideas of like colors to use and like how I make my plushies, and also how long they take me. My next video will be my market vlog, and that market is happening on next week on the 17th. So if you guys have any questions about any pattern, if I forgot to mention something, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you guys. Bye, see you next time.